Erica Nicole Clark is a stand-up comedian, and she is also the daughter of Mr. T. She recently shared a story from her childhood to explain why she often avoids telling people about her famous father. In a clip posted by the Don't Tell Comedy Instagram account, Clark recounted a chaotic weekend surrounding the first WrestleMania that involved a legitimate injury to her dad and a violent hotel room brawl between Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper. Clark began by explaining the complex that she developed as a child because no one believed her father was Mr. T. I'm a black girl at an all-black school, and I'm trying to explain to my friends that the reason why they've never seen my dad before is because he's doing WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan. Everybody was like, "Shut the fuck up, Erica." And those were the teachers. This experience of being disbelieved led her to stop sharing stories about her life. To illustrate her point, she told a story from the weekend of the first WrestleMania in 1985, where her father was teaming with Hulk Hogan. She was seeing wrestling live for the first time, and her dad had assured her it was all fake. During the match, however, her father suffered a real injury. She said, "My dad gets into the ring, and immediately Roddy Piper flips my dad, and he cracks my dad's ribs. So my dad has to go to the emergency room. After Mr. T was treated and returned to their hotel room, all bandaged up, Clark described a tense scene. She stated that Hulk Hogan was in their room, still in his yellow wrestling shorts, and was doing lines of cocaine. See, now that I can believe. According to Clark, Hogan was furious over the injury and was vowing to get revenge on Piper, telling or yelling, "T, I'm going to fuck him up when I see him." According to Clark, see, I can't believe this because he didn't say brother. If he said, "I'm going to fuck him up when I see him, brother," I could have believed it. I mean, there's no brother, there's no Jack, there's no dude. According to Clark, there was soon a knock at the door, and it was Roddy Piper, who had come to apologize for the injury. He goes, "I'm real sorry about what happened," Clark said. Hogan, however, did not accept the apology. Hulk Hogan's like, "Fuck that," and grabs Roddy Piper and brings him into the hotel room, throws him against the wall, smashes the mirror. She described a chaotic brawl breaking out between the two wrestlers. Clark painted a picture of mayhem in the hotel room with her father, despite his broken ribs, trying to break up the fight. She recalled Hogan's then-wife Linda being there and yelling for him to stop using his real name, saying, Terry, stop it," which is how she learned that Hulk's real name was Terry. Amid flipped-over furniture, Clark and her sister were crying. "We get on a plane. We come back to Chicago. I go to class. We're sitting in a sharing circle, and the teacher's like, 'What'd you do this weekend?' And I was like, 'Not a fucking thing.'" You know, I've heard Hogan himself tell stories that are more believable than this one, although him doing lines of cocaine is completely believable, especially in that era. Everything after that sounds like complete bullshit. Coked up or not, okay, coked up or not, do you honestly think that noted tough guy, Hulk Hogan, was going to pick a fight with Roddy Piper, who had an amateur boxing background and earned a black belt in judo, by the way, from Gene LaBelle? Okay, that's number one. I'm more likely to believe that Hogan really did audition for Metallica than any of that, okay? Not to mention, can you imagine if he had actually beaten up Roddy Piper? Do you not think he would not have been telling that story for years to anyone who would listen? Like, oh my God, we would never have heard the end of it. "The night that I beat up Roddy Piper." I mean, it would have been in both of his books. It would have been mentioned at least once in every interview that he's ever given. Ain't no way he's keeping that one a secret. But it makes for a funny story for a stand-up act, I guess. And Variety had the exclusive this week that WWE would be adding episodes of the old Hulk Hogan rock and wrestling cartoon from the 80s to the WWE Vault channel on YouTube. I've been waiting for this since they pulled the episodes off the network 10 years ago. As soon as that Hogan scandal hit, they pulled all the episodes. They had just posted them too, I think like weeks before, and then they just pulled the entire series. So they will be releasing episodes in batches of 4 every Saturday morning. I love that. I love timing it for Saturday morning. They're going to be posting them in chronological order at 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and noon every Saturday. And they actually just dropped the first batch yesterday. The show ran 2 seasons with a total of 26 episodes. It aired on CBS back in the day. None of the wrestlers on the show were voiced by the wrestlers themselves because their schedules just made that impossible, especially with the inhumane schedule that they were keeping back then. I mean, how the hell would you even get them in studio to do voiceovers? But, you know, it was Hogan, and then you had Junkyard Dog and Andre the Giant, and I think Ricky Steamboat and Jake the Snake. I mean, there were just, you know, all the key stars for the most part were represented on that show. Bobby Heenan and Lou Albano and so on and so forth. Cartoon Hogan had more hair on his head on the show than the real Hogan ever did at any point in his entire life. But his character was voiced by Brad Garrett of Everybody Loves Raymond fame. And Junkyard Dog, he was a character on the show. He was voiced by James Avery, Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who was also the voice of Shredder in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. See, this is my childhood, man. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, the Hogan cartoon, Inspector Gadget, Ninja Turtles, the real Ghostbusters, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Smurfs, and the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Can't forget that one. Take me back, man. Take me back.